Let's see the options available for the limits in pad and pocket features. Actually, these options are not only in pad and pocket feature, sorry, but these options are available in some other features as well, and these will work same. Also, we will see one of feature or one of the operation feature, editing or modification feature from the sketcher as well, which we had skipped for the part design. That was the projection. We will see that as well. So for the first I will just create a sketch. I will be just creating a base. I'll go for position sketch and select a plane, and say like this. I'm creating one sketch. I'll make this sketch as fully constrained by means of geometrical as well as dimensional constraints required, like this, and I'll say okay, exit. I have the sketch available. I'll apply pad on that. Any dimension I can use, no issue. So it is like this. I'll just make some modifications. Yeah, so this is how there is a kind of plate available over here, and what we have to do is we will have to create a wall over here. When I want to create a wall, then what I can do is I can create a rectangle over here, and I can apply pad on that. But while creating the rectangle, I will take some precautions. What I will be doing, I'll be going for sketch, selecting the plane, horizontal vertical is okay. I'll say okay. Now instead of creating the rectangle, what I will do is I will prefer to project these three lines. Why? Because if I will project these three edges or these three lines, then these three will maintain the dependency with respect to the pad feature. Means if I will modify the pad feature, these three lines which will be projected will automatically be modified. I don't need to apply much of the constraint over here. Let's see how it works. So I'll go for operation toolbar. In that, this project 3D element option, which is giving me 3D geometry sub toolbar. First option, I'll select project 3D element. I'll select it. I will select the elements which I want to project. If you will select the face, then the complete rectangle will be projected. I don't want that, so I will be one by one selecting the elements. So these three I want. I will say okay. So you can see these three elements are projected. It is showing in yellow color. Quickly we will check the sketch analysis or sketch solving status. What it is showing? It is showing that it is ISO constrained. Means I don't need to make it fully constrained. It is already fully constrained. What I have to do is I just have to create a line over here so that I can make it a closed loop. Just trim the extra portions like this, 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 this. Let's check the status. Status is showing under constraint. What we have to do is we have to make this particular line as fully constrained. For that, I'll just apply this value. Sorry, I'll just apply the distance between these two. Say it is 10. Check it again. It is ISO constraint. Say okay. Your sketch is ready. Now you can apply pad on this sketch. See this. Now advantage of projecting, say I want to make the changes in the pad, first pad. Just modify the sketch. I want to increase the length as well, and I want to increase the width as well. Exit. See, this is automatically been updated. Why? Because we had projected the edges. I don't need to update each and everything separately. This is what your parametric modeling is again. So one advantage of this project, we can have the dependency, we can maintain the dependency, we don't need to create much complex sketches. What we can do is we can take the reference of first feature for creating second feature. This is what your feature based modeling is. Next I'll be creating some more features over here for the explanation of those options for limit. Say I'm creating one circle over here, I'm creating another circle somewhere here, and I am creating one circle over here. Now in a single sketch only I have created these three circles. Just for explanation I am using it, so I will not make these three as fully constrained, I will just keep it as it is. And in a single sketch I have these three separate closed loops available. I'll just apply pad on that. You can see it is following the same value of pad as it was in a single sketch. When you have multiple closed loop in a single sketch, then they will follow the same value if you will apply pad or pocket or any other feature. Now what I will be doing, I will be creating a sketch on this plane, this planar face. Click on this, so this will be selected, and my sketch will be something like this. That's it. For the explanation purpose I am not making it fully constrained because I will need it to be modified later on. Just like this. So if you will view from this side, this is how it is looking like. Okay, what I want is, I want to add the material from this side to this side. On this side I'll go for pad. So limit 1 it is showing like this, I'll just reverse it. Now limit 1 is on this side. You can see this is your limit 1. Now instead of defining the dimension value, what I can do is I can go for up to next. See what it has done, it has considered the next available surface, and it is adding the material till the next available surface. See, it is not considering this one or this one as the next available surface. Why? Because if you will zoom into that, see, whatever the circle's material is, it is not fully merging into the surface. That's why that particular surface is not considered as next surface. I'll keep this okay, and I'll just modify the sketch, last sketch, so that you can see over here that it is not merging. There is a mismatch over here. I'll just change it a bit. Now it is fully merging. I'll say okay. See the next available surface now. This is considered as the next available surface. Another option can be, instead of next available surface, you can go for up to last. It doesn't matter how many surfaces are there in between. It will go till the last surface. It will add, or if you are using in pocket, then it will remove the material till the last surface. Up to plane, you will select a plane up to which you have to add or remove the material. Say I had selected the plane, so till that plane only it is adding or removing the material. And last option is up to surface. You select the surface. It can be this one as well, but the problem is, again, it should be fully merged. There was a case up to next. Whatever the next surface is, till that surface only it will add the material. There is an option of up to surface. You select the surface, but whatever material you are adding or removing, it should be fully merged into that surface. Then and only then software will accept that surface. Say I am selecting any other surface, this one. Topological operation, impossible relimitation on the main part. Software is unable to do that. Why? Because whatever material you are adding or removing, it is not fully being merged in that surface. Okay, so you will have to select the next surface in such manner. Say I am selecting this. Say okay, this is how the material is added. Same thing you can do for second limit. You can even do the same thing for pocket first limit, pocket second limit as well. Everything will be same as it is. You can use it very efficiently for your work.